sun can start and going down. Oh, yeah. Oh, no, no, start and going down. Oh, yeah. Oh, no, no, no.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, Just Does TV. So yeah, it is Lunch Break Chronicles, and I am here to discuss some things that I had on my mind. I wanted to discuss. Like I told y'all in my last video, I did go home and watch the Amanda Seales interview. So we're gonna talk about it today. We're gonna talk about Amanda Seales. We're gonna talk about P. Diddy. We're gonna talk about R. Kelly. We're gonna talk about Suki and JT, and we're gonna talk about Stunna Girl. Child, it's a lot going on in the news. I missed y'all. I have been unmotivated. I'm gonna tell y'all real quick though. There's an issue going on with my job, and I am to the point where I am ready to go. And I'm just weighing my options right now. But I know it's gonna happen. God's grace. I'm gonna step out on faith, and I'm gonna just do what I need to do. But that's neither here nor there. Let me just get into this video. I really want to focus on you guys because I haven't seen you guys in so long. So let's talk about the first story. The first story we're gonna talk about, and I'm gonna show y'all the video, and then we're gonna talk about it. So this eight cops got really pumed in Charlotte, serving warrants, for this guy. They were going to serve warrant to this guy for having pums already. And they it was a little situation that happened. I'm gonna let y'all watch the video, and then we're gonna come back and talk about it.
PM this afternoon, the U.S. Marshals Fugitive Task Force went to the 5,000 block of Galway Avenue in an attempt to serve a warrant on an individual for possession of firearm by a convicted felon. When they approached that individual, they were met with gunfire. Officers returned gunfire and struck the victim, who was later pronounced deceased in the front yard of the residence. As officers approached that individual, they then received additional gunfire from inside of the residence. So after a long standoff, we were able to clear this residence and confirm that there were two additional people inside. They were both brought to the police station as persons of interest, and we're trying to determine now what exactly occurred inside of the residence.
So now y'all see what happened with this video, child. They didn't show who he was, so I'm assuming that he was palm colored because they didn't show who he was. If he was my color or darker, 9 times out of 10 we would have already seen his picture on posted all over the place. So I'm not sure, and I don't know why, but yeah, they was going to serve him his warrant, and he pulled it out and let him have it. 8 was pumed, and 5, as y'all can see from the the little caption, thanks to the Jasmine brand, 5 got unalived. And it's sad that this is the state that we in right now. I don't know what's gonna happen after this. A lot of these open carry states need to have a little bit more restrictions, but I don't know. That's my story. I'm bringing it to y'all. What y'all think about that? I don't know. So let's get moving on, child. R. Kelly sentence was upheld, and what y'all thought? I thought that it should have been upheld. All the evidence was there. Everything was happening. Everything was, going down. I just feel like it should have been upheld. So I'm glad they did uphold it. Unlike Harvey Weinstein in New York, I mean, he still has cases in New York that's still going to be, they still could try him in those cases in New York, and he could still get time in New York. But his case was overturned too. But this one was upheld, and I think finally they did something right, especially if the evidence was there. And I feel like just let R. Kelly serve his time. Stop talking about R. Kelly. R. Kelly need to go sit down somewhere and go do something with himself. Child, he need to go sit down and go do something with himself. Yes, ma'am. Y'all drop down in the comments and let me know what y'all think, because there's still a lot of people who are on the fence about whether R. Kelly did it or not, whether it could be upheld or not, should be upheld or not. I don't know, but I always tell y'all, I was less than 18 and he showed up at my school dating like a 16, 17-year-old girl, allegedly. So y'all already know my feelings. What y'all think about it? Y'all think that it should be upheld? Let me know. Drop down in the comments and let me know. So let's move on. So JT dropped a rap recently, and I mean everybody's liking it, everybody's loving it. I feel like it's fire. You know, I always felt like she could spit. So I didn't expect anything less. There's people who are on either side. What side are you on? You on JT's side and you think she could spit, or you just think it's just whatever? But I always thought she could spit. I always thought, you know, her lyrics was fire. You know, she pulling it. Well, you know, good enough. Good enough. She got the aesthetic, everything. I like it. What y'all think about that? She wrote a rhyme, right? And in the rhyme, she said something about somebody lost their teeth while eating crabs, blah, blah, blah. So Suki thought that she was talking about her, and then they also saying that she was talking about Cardi B. I don't know. I told y'all, I follow certain things to an extent. And if it don't make sense, it just don't make sense. And if it's not for me, it's not for me. But maybe y'all think. Drop down in the comments. Let me know if y'all think she was talking about Suki or Cardi B. Drop down in the comments and let me know. But Suki came online and made a video and cleared it up. Played a video. She wanted to clear it up, or she wanted to speak on it. She wanted to address it, I should say. But I'm gonna play the video and then we're gonna just come back and talk about it.
I just want to clear this up real quick because I was locked up when the song came out. I come home, I look at my phone, everybody keep tagging me. And they tagging Cardi too. They said JT was trying to diss me in the song, or Cardi B. So she said in the song, a bitch broke her cheap ass ears on some crab legs, and she always been talking shit. I did. Now we all know I done broke my teeth on some crab legs. I love crab legs. Shit, that's normal shit. I ain't have to post it. I posted, I'm a real bitch. I live in my truth. But at this point, I don't want to pay no 20, 30,000 for no teeth if I can't eat crab legs. Bitch, where's my tooth? Like, where is my tooth? Why would I? Crab legs? How I can't eat crab crawl?
So now that y'all seen the video that Suki said, child, that tooth missing looks terrible. She talking about she don't want to pay $30,000 for another tooth. And I'm just like, for one tooth? Or you just got to get the whole thing done? Like the whole top done? Is it all in one? Or, because I know I have an implant back here. And I paid like $2,500 for that implant. And I'm not going to front though. It did crack. And they wanted like $500 just to replace the crown on it. Or $550, I think, just to replace the crown. And it was not including anything else. That was just an off-top price for them to replace the crown on it. And I was just like, dang. So $30,000 to, I'm assuming that she just got to get it all replaced because it's like, what, all in one? She was eating crab legs. She said she ain't gonna stop eating crab legs. But when you get your veneers done, you're not supposed to eat hard things. Like, you're not supposed to bite into stuff like that. You're supposed to, like, cut up your food and eat it cut up and stuff like that. It's not saying that you can't eat hard stuff or certain hard things, but you're not supposed to bite into things. Child, I don't know. And it looked like it's the whole tooth. That's probably why she got to get pay the whole $30,000, because it looked like the whole thing is missing. Some people just get them shaved out. She get their regular teeth shaved down and then get those teeth over top of them. But it looked like her whole tooth was missing. So I don't know. Drop down in the comments and let me know if y'all think that rap was about that JT rap was about Suki or Cardi B. Cardi B haven't said anything, but eventually I'm sure she's gonna say something, because it's gonna everybody gonna keep talking about it. Everybody gonna keep talking about the fact that it was about her, and then she's gonna eventually say something, because you know Cardi B stayed online, and she stayed saying, you know, she stayed responding. So eventually I feel like she's gonna say something eventually. We'll see. We'll wait it out and see in a couple of weeks. Child, Stunna girl. Did y'all see that video? That boy smacked her on her booty while she was in the concert, and she looked at homeboy like, all right, I got you, I'm gonna see you. Told her husband and his peoples went off on that girl. I mean, that boy. They went off on that dude. Yo, whoever that first guy was that jumped down and got in his face, I said, ooh, he ain't playing. I'm gonna play the video. I'm not gonna show I'm not going to show the violent part of it, but I'm going to play the video. She also got online and was talking about it as well, because everybody keeps saying that's a lawsuit waiting to happen. But I'm just like, listen, first of all, who cares what size her shorts was? A woman should be able to walk around in a KED and nobody touch her. That's just how I feel. Like, she should be able to walk around however she want to walk around, and you could look and gawk all you want, but don't touch her. So all of that, her shorts shouldn't have been that short. That's whatever. I don't even care. She could walk around however she want to walk around. He should not have touched her. He should not have put his hands on her. Because I remember story time, you know, I always got a story. I went to Greek Fest one year, not knowing what to expect. I was just like, oh, I want to go. We want to go to the beach. We going to chill, da, 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 whatever. Me and my homegirls went. Child, I'm trying to make my way through this crowd and go to the bathroom. And I had on this little skirt. At the time, I was way skinnier than what I am now. I had on this little old skirt thinking I'm cute because I knew I was cute, child. And while I'm walking through the crowd, this dude tries to talk to me. And I'm just like, nah, I'm good. Whatever, keep moving. This dude lifts his hand up under my skirt and grabs my butt. And I was like, I turned around and I pushed the crap out of him. Like, yo, don't do that. Like, punched him. And they like, yo, shorty, wow, shorty, wow. But I'm so reactive. Like, you're not going to touch me and I'm not going to do something to you. I don't care, man, woman, whatever. Like, don't explicitly touch me and think that I'm not going to do anything to defend myself. So when I seen the video, I was a little bit disturbed because I'm like, yo, she in concert. What gives you the right to touch her? Blah, blah, blah. But I'm going to play a little bit of that video so y'all can see the touch. And then I'm also going to replay what she said because I'm assuming she was getting a lot of backlash and stuff like that. But I'm going to let y'all hear what she got to say. And then we're going to come back and then we're going to discuss.
A snitch. So in reality, I really could have him in jail right now for sexual assault. But I didn't even put Brad in jail. And not only that, he went on the internet, he DM'd me like 50 times, popping it, like, yeah, bitch, I did this, I did that. He posted it, he posted captions, acting hard, saying what he did, saying what he gonna do. Like, you can't be a gangster pervert rat. Like, you gotta pick one. So my lawyer's like, you're not even finna pick that shit up, bro. Like, I got the upper hand and everything. You touched me, you admitted it. You don't got a case.
So now you showed a video. And now that y'all seen that video and you saw what she had to say, do you agree? Her attorney feel like she got it in the bag because he actually touched her first. So, whatever. But they beat the brakes off of that boy, dude, child. He was getting up and he was getting put back down just so quick. I was like, ooh, child, yes. So they was knocking, as quickly he was getting up, they was knocking him right back down. But what y'all think? I feel like everything they did was justified. I don't even care. And no, this is not, I don't promote violence. I don't promote violence, but I feel like it is what it is. Don't put your hands on people. Keep your hands to yourself. Period. And it wouldn't have happened. But then she said after that happened, he was in her DM saying all of this slick stuff and all of this stuff like that. And I'm just like, dude, you ain't learned. But he could sue her. He could sue her. But you know how that goes. I don't know if he's going to be bold enough to do it, but it is what it is, child. Drop down in the comments and let me know what y'all think about that. If y'all think that he had the right, or y'all think that her peoples was in the wrong, let me know. Let's debate about it in the comments because I want to know what y'all think. Some people, I was listening to some people and they was just like, oh, they shouldn't have did that to him, blah, blah, blah. But he shouldn't have put his hands on her. And that's just my take on it. Y'all let me know what y'all think about it. Let's move on, child. Let's move on. So we're going to talk about P. Diddy now. P to the Diddy. P. Diddy wants the courts to dismiss the case or drop the charges, the SA charges, because when this incident allegedly happened, the statute, that law wasn't in place. So he wants it dropped. Is this admitting that it actually happened, or because you said allegedly, that's clearing you up? I mean, but the lawyers is going to be lawyering all day. They're going to be lawyering and lawyering up all day. They're going to be, using that terminology and trying to finagle their way out of whatever they can, because that's what they do. Do y'all think that case, that does it hold any weight? That law, because the law wasn't in effect? Does it matter that the law wasn't in effect when it happened, allegedly happened, or does the statute of limitations run out? Like, how's that work? How's that work? I don't know. I'm just asking. I don't think it should. I don't think that it should be thrown out. I think that if now she wants to sue now and the law is in effect now, then I feel like it should be applicable. Because back in the day, they didn't have many laws to help women at all. They didn't have many laws that would to uphold what was happening to women at all. Do y'all think that the laws were in place when Bill Cosby was allegedly doing what he was doing to these women? That's why they was able to get away with it. Do y'all think that those laws was in place then? It wasn't. Those laws are recent. Let me look it up. Let me look it up and see. I'm gonna look it up and see just for y'all. Let me see. Google. Let me see. I'll look it up and see. Because I feel like when I should have looked it up before I got on here. That's what I should have did. Okay, so I put in when was the SA law? The SA law says the law impacted nearly 25 million estimated grape survivors in the United States. The legislation was passed in the United States Congress in September 2016 and signed into law by the President Barack Obama on October 7th, 2016. The act was established, an act to establish certain rights for SA survivors and for other purposes. 2016. So this law was passed in 2016 by Barack Obama, the only black president in the United States. So that right there should tell you something. So in the case of Bill Cosby, allegedly, in the case of R. Kelly, allegedly, in the case of P. Diddy, allegedly, this law was not in place when none of them was doing whatever allegedly they was doing. So if it applies to him, then it applies to all. Is that correct? Is that I mean, I'm trying to figure out if that's what I'm trying to understand. If it applies to him, it applies to all. And if he's able to get away with this and pass this, then that means they can go back and overturn Bill Cosby, R. Kelly, and other people who even outside of, the black actors and entertainers, they can go out and overturn those if it applies to him as well. Which I think 2016, October 2016. Now, stuff that Bill Cosby was allegedly doing was back in the 40s and the 50s. So that's like 50 years already. 50 years. 2016, October 7th. What y'all think? Now, I think it's a no for me. I think they should push on. And I think they should hold him to exactly what the standards, whatever the standards are. I think he should be held to his feet, should be held to the fire. But then also, he wants to dismiss another case where a woman is accusing him of SA because he says that he has proof that she was in one of his music videos. I don't know how true that one is because it just sounds implausible. I don't see any documentation towards it, but just for shits and giggles, I'm gonna show it to you. I'm gonna, present it to y'all, and y'all let me know. Because she was in his music video, but then the case with his son, the girl was working on a boat. So either way it goes, they were all employed by you at some point in time. I don't think that one should be, unless when she was unless this is saying when it happened, she was actually working in a music video, I don't think that it should be dismissed. And that's one case out of how many? That's one case out of how many? So, I don't know. Y'all drop down in the comments and let me know what y'all think about these new Diddy updates. But let's talk about the Amanda Seales of it all. Amanda Seales. So, I sat through about 2.5 hours, maybe almost 3, because that video I think was like 3 hours and 20 minutes. Almost 3 hours of that interview with Shannon Sharpe. And I feel like Amanda Seales needs to be granted her flowers. Amanda Seales have been ill-treated and misliked for over 30 years. I started liking Amanda Seales a long time ago. Amanda Seales was the person who got me into, when I was in college, interested in learning about African studies. That's how long I have been watching Amanda Seales. And I feel like since then, they have been mistreating her, mishandling her a while. I follow Amanda Seales on a lot of platforms. When she came to Atlanta to do her comedy show, I made my sister come with me. That's how much I like her. I made my sister come with me to her comedy show because I liked it. And I cracked up the whole time. Like, my sister didn't seem like she enjoyed it a bunch, but I did. And I cracked up the whole time. And I feel like a lot of people, they are pretty much dismissing a lot of the things that she has achieved, or even put in our faces. Like, I follow her on Instagram, and all of the Gaza information that I'm getting, I get from her. All of the Congress, like stuff in Congress and stuff in the White House, like all of these bills and laws that's passing that's detrimental to us as African American people, I get a lot of the information and the context from her, because I follow her so heavily. And I feel like those are the things that we should appreciate about Amanda Seales. I just feel like she was mishandled with this Shannon Sharpe interview. She clearly is very intelligent, more intelligent than Shannon Sharpe, to the point where I noticed that she dumbed down her speaking and the topics in order to appeal to his intellect. I noticed when she did it, when it happened, because initially she started out up here, and then boom, I just said, well, what the heck did this come from? You could see the shift. And then she was also using words that he didn't even know the meaning of. She said a lot of things that was very important. She talked about Issa Rae. She talked about the fact that she's autistic, that she's been feeling like she's been on the spectrum. And I've been watching her for so long that she's been saying it, that she's been on the spectrum. She talked about equality in the workplace. She talked about mishandling of Black women. There's a lot of things that she discussed in this interview that should have been discussed. It should be a discussion anyway. And it's happening on, a lot of things is happening on TikTok, but there's a lot of things that's happening out that needs to happen outside of TikTok, and a lot of stuff that needs to be addressed about Black women and the way they're handled in the workforce too. She talked about the fact that the situation with Floetry and stuff like that, because even when I first, when the situation with Floetry first happened, I was like, ooh, Amanda Seales could sing? I didn't know she could sing. This was before I heard her. But then when I actually heard her singing, I said, oh, she can sing. You know what I'm saying? So there's, there was skepticism in there anyway. But the mishandling of her, and then I was in New York at that time, so I heard the interviews that Marsha Ambrosius said on the interview, like on the radio and stuff like that. So I was privy to that stuff because I used to listen to Wendy Williams and Hot 90s. Like, I used to listen to those shows in my car back then. So I was privy to all of that stuff. So all of that stuff that she's saying, you cannot discredit her. And Shannon Sharpe, first of all, he was not equipped to. He's not an equipped journalist to have a conversation with Amanda Seales. He's not on her level. Secondly, the stuff that she was saying that was her experience, he was invalidating them in front of our eyes. Invalidating the experiences that she said that she had that made her feel X, Y, and Z way. He was invalidating them right in front of our eyes. I did not like that. Giving other people the benefit of the doubt, people that he didn't even know. People that he didn't even know. These were like, you could clearly, like, almost hypotheticals. And he was still giving them the benefit of the doubt because he didn't even know these people. Then the fact that he wasn't asking follow-up questions to a lot of statements that she was making, no current follow-up questions. I was just like, what the hell is happening here? He was bent in that interview. He was bent on, these are the questions I'm going to ask, and I'm going to push forward. That's literally what I got from that interview. He did not do his research before he interviewed her. I could tell that he did not do his research before he interviewed her, because there was a lot of stuff about her that he did not know. Even though he gave that long dissertation of a introduction, there was still stuff that he did not know. Somebody else, I feel like somebody else wrote that about her for him to read. But he had like questions and stuff on his card that he was like, I'm gonna ask these questions no matter what, and I'm gonna push through. I was just like, and then everything that she said in that interview was kind of like invalidated again when he doubled down when he was talking to Ocho Cinco and whatever that dude name is on their podcast, because it was all reduced to the fact that is she married? Because her having a master's degree, a bachelor's degree, like all of these accreditations, if she don't have a man, it means nothing. And the fact that she's a black woman with all of these accreditations, it don't mean nothing. It don't mean nothing. Because Ultra Cinco said it too. Oh, if she, those are great qualities to have for somebody, you know, for a partner. And I'm just like, so she made a statement because it was a lot of backlash. I recorded her statement where she was addressing about the autism and stuff like that. I didn't like the way people got on there. It was like, oh, she was self-diagnosed, blah, blah, blah. But if you've been following her for years, you know that she's been saying it. And for people to just really discredit what she's saying and treat her like that and da-da-da-da-da. And I'm just like, why? Yes, she says a lot of controversial stuff, but if she don't say it, who's gonna say it? Nobody. A lot of people say the quiet things out loud. She needs to say the quiet things out loud because a lot of people is not going to say it. And a lot of people don't believe it. Just like currently now, the stuff is going on TikTok right now currently. There's a question posed. Would you, if you were a black woman sitting in a conference room, would you pick, if a white man walked in or a white woman walked in, which would you rather? And a lot of the black women are saying the white man, and people are outraged because they don't understand why. But I literally just had a meeting with a white woman, and I was just like, what's happening here? What's happening here? So, and you know, we know what these microaggressions are. And she's experienced that. And then for her to discuss those microaggressions that she was dealing with Issa Rae and in on the set, it's just like, we all have experienced what she's experienced. We all know what's going on with her. And I'm currently in that situation. So we all experienced it, all know at the hands of our own. So for you to discredit her and reduce her down to, oh, if she's not married, it doesn't count. Like, come on, like, what we doing here? Since when? I feel like she has never been given her flowers. And I feel like she should be. She should be. Y'all don't even understand. Yeah, she be on her Instagram screaming, and sometimes I gotta scroll by and be like, child, I don't have the mindset for this. But the information is prevalent. And because eventually it's gonna trickle over. Y'all don't see all these laws they passing? All these laws they passing. Somebody gotta tell it. And I feel like people just don't like her just not to like her, because she says a lot of controversial stuff. She does a lot of controversial things. She's going to be outspoken, and she's going to be who she is unapologetically, hence her podcast name. But come on. When are we going to stop letting that stereotype of the black woman being loud and take away from the information? Nobody's ever questioned her information. They've always said, oh, she loud, she problematic, she this and this and that. She gonna say what that's all they say. They never really discuss the information though. And that's the part we're missing. And I feel like Shannon Sharpe was grossly negligent in handling her, dealing with her. The fact that he was kind of dismissing her, I didn't like it. I feel like he was not qualified to have a conversation with her. Even when she go on a breakfast club, like she eat them under the table because they're not intellectually on her level. I was just like, so, and then to the point where she had to dumb down the conversation in order for him to understand and reduce it to like football metaphors. in order for him to understand. And then half the time he was just like, just following along and letting her talk, because he did not know how to deal with her. He did not know how to handle her. He didn't understand what she was saying. But anyway, y'all drop that in the comments and let me know what y'all feel about that Amanda Seales interview. Just let me know what y'all think, because I watched it and I listened to it, and it took me, I had to take some time to sit and watch and listen to it, because I wanted to digest what was happening and what was going on, so that I could give an informative review about what happened. And I just feel like there was so many times I was sitting here at work just screaming at my phone, because I was just like, what the heck is going on that he's not getting? But then he just kept pushing through. And it was the same with Cat Williams. Like, Cat Williams was dropping knowledge that he couldn't comprehend, but because he was a man, it was like the bro code. But because she's a woman, and the way she articulates the information, it was hard for him to receive it. I don't know. Y'all drop that in the comments and let me know if y'all got the same sentiment, if y'all feel the same sentiment as me. Maybe it's just me. It could be me. It could be me. It could be me. I don't know. But
they cut out at the end, he was asking, no, I have not been clinically diagnosed by a doctor, because I'm not paying $10,000 to do that. And most people will tell you that at this age, you don't need a clinical diagnosis in that sense. And I think that's the other thing. It's like, we are so conditioned here in this nation to really only consider something in one kind of way. And I will get back to that. They cut out at the end.
So let me ask you this. How old were you when you got diagnosed, and did you always feel that you was different and you felt something was wrong?
Well, what's today?
Today is Thursday, the 18th.
So 42 and however many days until I was just recently diagnosed.
Okay.
And this came out of this situation because so many Black women who are autistic said to me, I see you. You need to. And I've always thought, you can look at other interviews. I have mentioned before, like, I think I'm on the spectrum, because I'm an 80s baby. This was not really a part of the narrative.
Right.
And as we started seeing more about autism, and you start seeing shows about different characters, and I start learning more, like, from people like Holly Robinson Pete, I'm like, this feels really like me. But then, I think sometimes we're afraid to learn certain things.
Yeah.
So
60s and 70s baby just got whipped and put in bed.
And to be honest, it's true. And to be honest, I just want to say, like, so in this revelation, my mother started looking up, like, symptoms of autistic children and was like, oh, you exhibited all of this, but I didn't know what to do with this. She's a single parent. She's trying to figure it out. But I really just thank my mom, because what my mom couldn't show up for me emotionally, I realized that she was able to, at the very least, that's not even fair to say, she was able to still let me be who I am instead of beating it out of me,
right,
which happens to so many kids who are misunderstood, like, and she's West Indian, and so, like, I'm over, but then, I think sometimes we're afraid to learn certain things.
Yeah.
So
60s and 70s baby just got whipped and put in bed.
Pocious, little quacious child is always talking to her, telling her, like, why you letting her just do all this talking and all of that? Why she's too fresh? She's too fresh. Why you doing all? Why you letting her just run shimoto? And my mom is like, that's Amanda. Like, let her live. Right. And let's be real, most parents,
what happened?
No, shut it up. Pocious, little quacious child is always talking to her.
Y'all see the interview with Amanda Seales?
I missed it. I keep seeing all the tweets.
She's highly educated. She's well versed. She can sing. She's a comedian. She's a writer.
Is she married?
No, she's not married. She's not married. The same thing, huh?
I mean, yes, I'm listening to you list all the qualities that she has, and I'm just curious if she was married, because that sounds like that's a great catch for someone.
Yeah. No, that sounds like some flaws for some men. Because as educated as she is, right? Yeah. There's a standard of a man that she's looking for. Right. Yeah. If it's not on the same educational level as her, she's gonna write down on. And that is, if they're more educated than her, then they talk it down to her. Right. So these are the type of women that will typically be single because they can't find an equal partner to they are. She wants someone that's versed. She wants someone that's inquisitive. She wants someone that wants to travel. I mean, look, to each his own.
Y'all drop that in the comments and let me know what y'all think. Thank you guys for stopping by. Don't forget to like, rate, comment, subscribe. I'm trying to reach 200, so don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.